Well, the crowd is stirred to a frenzy. The lights have been turned on, and we're ready for a little primetime football here on EA Sports.
What a matchup we have at wide receiver today. Two of the biggest threats in the NFL who love to cause chaos for opposing defenses. How about this matchup, Phil?
Yeah, you know, it's interesting. When you have speedy wide receivers, what you have to do, you got to make sure your safeties are smart and talented. Both teams have that because it is easy in this game nowadays to get the football to the wide receiver. If they can't get open down the field, just throw some screens on the outside and dare the defense to tackle. Look at the linebackers moving around. They're trying to confuse the quarterback.
First down at the 25. Michael Floyd hauls it in. And now we'll look at the Cardinals offense. This is an efficient group. Last week turning the football over just once.
And now they'll try over again on second down.
Johnson's lined up in a single back formation.
Has the grab. That's a tackle right near the 48.
If they're going to take away all the receivers down the field, throw it short to your running back and look what they can do in the open field. Nice run by the running back.
The line of scrimmage, the 48.
Let's see what they do on first down following that huge play.
The Cardinals this time will go with two tight ends. He runs with it right up the gut. And now here's the Ravens defense. Their specialty, taking the football away, and they're right up there with the best of them. The Cardinals doing their part to spread breast cancer awareness this month in the NFL. Plenty of pink on their uniforms today and throughout the stadium.
Second down and 9.
Finds a little seam,
Trying to fight through right up the middle of the field.
The Cardinals now facing third down. A week ago, they were up to the challenge in these spots.
The quarterback's picked up on something. He's changing the play here.
Running back in motion here. They better hurry to get the snap.
Mariota's standing back in the shotgun, ready for the snap. Butler will be called on now to punt the football.
That punt could not have been better struck. And now the defense has the advantage with the opposition, with their backs to their own end zone. The offense is backed up.
Flacco's got 2 tight ends on the field for this snap. The Cardinals lined up in the nickel. They'll run it here. Peterson that time on the tackle.
Nice run that time. When you run the football like this, over a period of time, it's going to wear that defense out. There's no doubt about it. Nice job by the offensive line.
It's now 2nd down.
And it's complete to Smith Sr.
First down and 10.
They'll go ground. The Ravens now move the chains.
If you're running back and you want more carries, do things like this. Read the defense right, read the blocking, and pick up first downs. That's a really good job by the running back.
They're able to move the chains after that last run. Double tight end formation.
They want to keep feeding him the football. And the tackle is made right around the 39-yard line. And now, let's take a look at the Ravens lineup on offense today. They struggle at times to move the ball, so it'll be interesting to see how they fare today.
Look out, they're changing the play to take advantage of something they see on the defensive side.
2nd down and 10.
And there's a drop. And here's the Cardinals' defensive lineup. They have found the way this year to be one of the best in the league against the pass and find themselves right now in the top 10 in that category.
It's 3rd down coming up.
The Cardinals defense now is going to go nickel. Flacco from the shotgun.
A nice grab. No doubt he was going to hold on to that one.
Inside of 30 seconds to go. First quarter, first down. The Ravens still possess the football as we begin the second quarter. Joe Flacco will take it right from the center. Gets the handle here. 16.
The best way to keep the other offense on the sidelines is just keep marching down the field and picking up those first downs. What a good job by the offense.
The line of scrimmage, the 32-yard line.
I think these linebackers are moving around because they're going to try to blitz the quarterback.
1st and 10.
Steve Smith Sr. with the catch.
That pass play picked up only 4. 2nd down and 6 coming up. Second and 6. Got
a flag down here.
Jim, I just want to say this to the quarterback. It's 3rd and goal. If the play's not there, throw it away. Do not force the action.
This will be the 8th play of this drive. After the long gain, let's see what they do here. Here's the handoff, and he's in. They've got the lead here early in the 2nd quarter. A good development for them in this game.
Yeah, nice. You know, they learned something in that 1st quarter. They took that knowledge and they put it to good use, and they found a way to get down there and score a touchdown. That was a nice job by the offense.
Inside of the uprights. The Cardinals are ready to return the kickoff. Langford's going to run this one out. And they stop him from running it out to the 20. Mark him down at the 19. The Cardinals come to the line in a tight game here in the 2nd quarter. The score's 7-0.
The defensive line saw something the offense is doing. Look at them all shifting to the right.
Up the gut here. Johnson's tackled, but earns a new set of downs.
Johnson's a great running back to have on your football team, isn't he? He goes up in there and gets the 1st down. Now your offense has 3 more chances.
Johnson's lined up as the single back.
Now he's going to change the play. And look out. I think he's going to go down the field with the football.
Larry Fitzgerald has the catch. That little throw was good for only 3, so it's now 2nd down and 7. The Ravens defense brings in an extra member of the secondary. They'll go nickel. Had it for a moment, but the ball is knocked out, incomplete.
Well, the defense has got to love that. They love it when a quarterback is uneasy for whatever reason or just not in rhythm. That time they see him throw off the back foot, and the throw goes incomplete.
At the 34, 66 yards from pay dirt.
The Ravens go with the dime formation here on defense. Tight ends in motion here. The Cardinals have it at the 34. Gresham can't bring it in. That'll probably go as a drop. Middle of the 2nd quarter, and this offense continues to struggle, Phil.
Sooner or later, they got to find some rhythm out there. And, you know, maybe it's a trick play that can get them started. Sometimes a reverse, a flea flicker, plays like that can get your offense feeling good and playing better.
He's got a chance for a return. Johnson's the one who brings him to the ground. And a run back of about 10.
The Ravens offense coming back onto the field. It was a good drive for them the last time they had it, all the way down to the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, you know, in this game, Jim, it's all about momentum. And when you feel you got the momentum on your side, you got to take advantage of it. So now I think it's up to the offensive coordinator to call the right plays.
The Ravens from the 37. Flag is out. There's a call we don't see all that often. An illegal forward pass.
Yeah, that's right. The quarterback that time was past the line of scrimmage. Just lost He lost his judgment where he was at on the football field. I can understand why. Trying to avoid so many hits. Didn't realize he crossed the line of scrimmage.
The Cardinals with a nickel look here on defense. The Ravens from the 32.
He's going to be tackled right around the 42-yard line.
He's averaging right around 7 yards per carry on the game. Now looking at third down.
2-minute warning.
Third down on the way. Defense respecting the deep ball, playing way off the receivers. From the gun, Flacco. Look at that concentration as he makes the grab.
On his way.
The 10 in stride, and he's home for the touchdown. Getting close to the half, and they're giving their opponents a lot to talk about in the locker room.
Yeah, they are putting some kind of whipping on them here early in the game. I'll just say this for the defensive side that's losing. It's been terrible. So go in there at halftime, change what you're doing, and get back in this game.
That's a touchback, and the ball will be spotted at the 20.
Look at the defensive line. Everybody shifting to their left.
The reception by Jermaine Gresham. That was a nice reception, but not enough for the first down. Second down coming up.
Good job of hurrying up and getting on that football and trying to get the play off. Don't use the timeout here. Good clock management. Snap that football.
Quickly to the line.
Quarterback sees something in his defense he wants to take advantage of.
The Cardinals from the 27. And they sack him on third down, and they force the quick 3 and out. Butler will be called on now to punt the football. Set up return. Here he goes. And a run back of about 17.
The Ravens know there's 3 parts to every football game. Offense, defense, and special teams. Want to play for the special teams here. Good punt return. Good blocking. They get it done.
Ball at the 47.
First down at the 47. They're setting up screen. He'll pick up 7 this time.
That was a nice job by the offense. It just puts them in a better position. Nice little throw and catch.
Flacco's now completed 4 in a row. The Cardinals lined up in the nickel. Handoff by Flacco.
And he's going to be tackled right around the 37.
The Ravens, 1 timeout remaining. First down at the 37. Smith's got it on a pass that had some heat.
The defense at this point trying to keep him out of the end zone. No time to waste. They hurry to the line.
It's intercepted. Stiff arms to stay on his feet. Ball is out.
the offense was able to recover the ball.
Bill, how about this performance by the defense in the first half and adding to all the acclaim with the interception before halftime?
Jim, we knew coming into the game today that they were good, and so far in this first half, they were great. What a performance.
Only 8 yards to go. No margin for error from just outside the goal line. And a flag comes out.
They're just grinding away down here, inching closer to the end zone.
Well, that's what you got to do sometimes. It's hard always to think that you're going to come out and just make big plays. You got to do the dirty work, and this offense is doing it right now.
First and goal.
Makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown.
The late touchdown here in the second quarter gives them a nice lead with the intermission looming, Phil.
Yeah, great job on their side. They got a nice lead, but I just want to give you a little warning now. This is professional football, and those are professionals on the other side, and they will fight back. So be ready to come out here and play the same way in the second half.
Langford's going to start his return.
The Cardinals got absolutely nothing out of their previous possession, and here they are back on the field. Another 3 and out, I would have to think, would be very demoralizing to this team right now, Phil.
Yeah, it's going to be demoralizing to the offense, but I'll tell you who's going to be more demoralized is the defense, because they need to sit on the sidelines and get a little rest. So I know there's a lot of pressure on this offense right now.
All right, Larry, thank you for that from the studios and halftime. We're going to transition now. We're about to get the third quarter underway. Gets out past the 20 and brought down at the 24. The Ravens offensive unit back onto the field here. Last time they had the ball, partner, they took it to the house.
Yeah, they were doing everything well, running and throwing the football like you said. And what do you do as a coordinator? You don't even know what to call, because that play sheet, everything is working on it. Keep the momentum and keep this defense off balance.
The Cardinals defense now is going to go nickel. Handoff out of the I formation. Second and 4 following the run. The Ravens will take the snap from the 30. The give out of the I. He's now averaging 6 yards a carry on the day.
Good coaching on the defensive side. Everybody stays at home. They stay in their gap, and they hold that run to a short gain.
That last play was a run. Third down coming up.
Flacco keeps it. Almost intercepted that time.
Good play that time by the defender. He read the quarterback, got in position, and knocked that pass away on third down.
And the punt is kicked out of bounds. The Cardinals talk things over at the intermission, and I'm sure one of the first orders of business was to try to figure out a way to get this offense going, Phil.
Absolutely. That's what you want to do, and I think you do that by play call. So the coach, they have many plays that we call drive starters. Catch the defense by surprise. They need to call one of those right here and right now to get this offense going.
First down at the 19.
Fights through that hit. Wide to the left.
And that'll be a gain of about 2.
grabbing the face mask. We see it almost once a week, and here it happens again.
Well, a lot of times these defenders, I'll give them a little slack because they're running so fast. They're trying to tackle some tremendous athletes in open space, and sometimes accidentally you're going to grab the face mask.
Two tight ends on the field here. The Cardinals snap it at the 36. The catch is made. Johnson's met at the 44. Playing press coverage to the outside. They're going to the hurry.
Get ready. Quarterback likes what he sees out there outside. He's changing the play with the wide receiver.
Jarring hit that time. Knocks the ball free.
You might as well catch it because you're going to take the big hit no matter what. That time, the receiver lets the ball go because he was worried about the defender making the hit.
On the way, third down.
The Ravens defense brings in an extra member of the secondary. They'll go nickel.
Mariota's going to take the snap from the shotgun. Brought down by Mosley.
You got to be agile when you make these kind of catches, running these short drag routes across the field. That time we saw the agility of the receiver. Nice catch.
First down at the 48. Hanty's going to make the tackle. They're going to the hurry. Back to the line now. 2nd and 9. Going deep. Interception by Webb.
There have been many mistakes for this offensive unit through the first 3 quarters, and now they add an interception to the list.
Yeah, you make all these mistakes during a football game, you're going to lose confidence, and that's what we see right now on the offensive side. No confidence. Go back to the basics. Start all over again. That's the best thing you can do.
Here's the handoff out of the strong eye.
And that's a 2-yard gain.
This is one good tackling defense. They stay in good position at all times, and we saw it that time when they stopped the play for a short gain.
After the 2-yard carry, it sets up 2nd down and 8.
They're changing things here. The quarterback changing. He's giving the receiver some new instructions.
Down the field. Perriman's got a foot race to the end zone. The 10, touchdown.
Bill, we're midway through the 3rd quarter, and there is no letting up.
Man, this is a lot of a good thing. That's what they're doing on both sides of the ball. The offense scoring points, the defense dominating play. They are just having a good old time out there.
The Ravens setting up for the kickoff. Nelson's going to test the coverage this time. And he's across the 10, and that's about it. He's tackled at the 15-yard line.
The Cardinals just gave up some big turnover points. Let's see if they can hold on to the football this time, Phil, because we know how crucial it is. We talked to the coaches about it this week. This was their concern with this team.
Well, if you want to stay on the field, you better quit turning it over, right, Jim? That's what the coaches look. You make mistakes on the field, they're going to be forgiving to a point, but you got to be smart, you got to be efficient, and get the job done.
Gresham's taken down at the 25.
Well, that'll make you feel a little better. Finally getting a first down. You're down big in the second half, and you're on the offensive side. Don't look for the quick score. Just look to pick up positive yards and hope it leads you to a score later.
The Cardinals will take the snap from the 25. Mosley's all over the ball carrier. No huddle time. 2nd and 11. It's caught by John Brown. Offense still looking for a first after that completion on 2nd down. Here comes the wide receiver in motion. Johnson's going to take the handoff now.
And he's going to be tackled, and that's going to bring us to 4th down.
Good job by the offense getting in the red zone. Now you're down some points. You got to find a way to score a touchdown.
The Cardinals get a 1st down.
All you can do is your job. That was a good job by the offense, picking up the 1st down. You're down big in the 2nd half. Hey, don't worry about the score right now. Just find ways to execute plays and get down there and score a touchdown.
1st and 10. Fourier is the target. Gets about 9 on the play.
The offense is so close right here. They just need to show a little power and punch this in the end zone and get that touchdown.
Mariota's now completed 4 in a row. Suggs is able to read that play and make the hit.
The Ravens defensive coordinator, my gosh, he is one happy guy. Anytime you get in the backfield and stop a runner and make him lose yards, that's some good stuff.
The ball is just 3 yards out of the end zone.
The defense loading up on the line, getting set for this snap. And he's in for the touchdown.
You spend so much time in this league, once you get in the red zone on the offensive side, all these different plays, knowing you must be efficient. You need to score touchdowns instead of kicking field goals. Well, you can feel good now because you got it in there.
Gets out past the 20 and brought down at the 24.
The Ravens taking the field on offense, coming off a touchdown on their last drive, Phil.
Yeah, they did it mostly through the air, Jim, and I love the way how they did that. It was aggressive throwing by the quarterback, and my gosh, is he on target today.
The Ravens have it at the 24. He has the grab.
You know, when you throw the football like that down the field, you pick up a 1st down. Now you can do anything you want on the offensive side, and you got that defense guessing.
The Ravens offense tries to continue some momentum, still possessing the football as the final quarter gets underway.
Ball spotted at the 49-yard line.
The Cardinals with a nickel look here on defense. He'll take the snap, the first here in the 4th quarter. 2 hands on the football and has the catch.
Good job by the offense here with a good lead in the 2nd half, picking up that 1st down, and that's what you want to do. Take your time, look at the play clock, take it down as low as you can, and keep picking up those 1st downs.
The offense is set at the line for the 1st down after that completion. Joe Flacco will take it right from the center. He'll throw it over the middle. Locked. Touchdown, Baltimore. Hit a 2nd touchdown of the game. Phil, we're early in the 4th, and they continue to keep the pedal to the metal.
Oh, absolutely. The offensive coordinator, he wants to pad the stats of his offense. Keep putting up those numbers in total yards and watch them rise in the rankings. And, hey, sometimes you got to do that is do what's good for the offensive coach.
Into him, ending the return at the 20-yard line.
The Cardinals now ready to take over again on offense. They were successful on their previous drive, getting the ball all the way to the end zone. I'm sure they're looking for more of the same right now.
Oh, absolutely. That's what you always want. You want to find your way to the end zone, and so many people contributed on that last drive, and you've got to give the coaches a lot of credit for putting the players in excellent position. Doesn't like what he sees on the defensive side, so he is changing the play to the receivers by giving him hand signals.
2nd down coming up. Hurry up, 2-minute offense. Johnson's got it on the handle. And he's tackled, but not until he picked up the 1st down.
Well, you're really in a tough spot, but that is a good job picking up the 1st down. You're down big in the 2nd half. all you can do is just keep picking up those first downs. You hope it leads you to a score, and then you play the game from there.
And it'll be 2nd down and 6 after the running play on 1st down.
Let's go.
Looking across the middle, very nearly intercepted. And the defense will use one of its timeouts right here. Third down following the incompletion. The Ravens set at the line. Dime package. It's Johnson with the grab, and he's intercepted. And he's brought to the ground. This offense had no choice but to take some chances here in the 4th quarter, but it comes back to bite them again with an interception.
Well, when it's not going well and you start trying to take chances, there is nothing going to go right in that situation. If they get back on the field after this one, Jim, just go out there, run the football, and try to get this game over with. Jim, the offensive coordinator, has done a terrific job so far here today. He's got his team winning. You're in the red zone. Let's see how clever he's going to be on this call.
1st down at the 18. Picks up about 5.
The Ravens have really been dominant today on the offensive side. In the red zone now, they just take the football and they run it right at the defense and pick up solid yards.
That'll be 2nd and 4 after the running play. The Cardinals lined up in the nickel. Second down and 4. Handoff. In the end, it picks up only a yard.
The Cardinals defensive coordinator, he's going to be happy with the results there. He was guessing run inside the red zone. That's what he's got, and they were ready for it, and they gave up very little yardage.
Joe Flacco will take it right from the center. Third down and 4. And incomplete. Didn't get his feet down.
Good anticipation that time by the defender. He gets to the receiver just as the football's arriving, and he makes a beautiful hit to knock the football loose.
No doubt about it. Put 3 on the board. Midway through the 4th quarter, this game was already out of reach, but they went ahead and added a field goal to add a little insult to injury.
Well, you listen, this is pro football, man. You know, you got to stop the other team. They didn't do it, so sometimes you deserve to be blown out.
Langford's marked down at the 19. The Cardinals offense back on the field trying to make up for that costly mistake the last time they had the ball. The turnover they committed immediately turned into points against them.
Yeah, it did, Jim, but you know what? It's not a perfect game. You got to deal with adversity when you're talking about football. So you made that mistake, let it go, and go out there, be aggressive, and see if you can score some points.
And that pass is just thrown away. Coming up, 2nd down.
The quarterback, he's changing the play with the wide receiver with those hand signals.
The defense gets the sack.
There's a couple ways to get to the quarterback. Run over the tackle or run around him. It doesn't matter as long as you get the sack.
It's 3rd and 17 here after the sack. The Cardinals will look to get to the 29 to pick up a first. 2 minutes to go in the 2nd half. This is 3rd down.
Get ready.
Mariota's got it in the gun. He's scrambling now. Mariota's going to cut his losses here as he slides to a finish.
It's not as easy as it looks. That quarterback, good job of sliding before he takes the hit that time.
Now 1st and 10. A nice grab. No doubt he was going to hold on to that one.
Well, that'll make you feel a little better. Finally getting a first down. You're down big in the second half, and you're on the offensive side. Don't look for the quick score. Just look to pick up positive yards and hope it leads you to a score later.
The Cardinals are coming off a hard-fought victory, and you wonder on some level if that sort of played into the letdown we're seeing here today.
Well, maybe it did. Maybe there was such a relief of winning that close game last week. They're just not the same. They haven't put a great effort forward, and that's why they're losing. This is what you do. Never give up in the NFL, even though you're getting blown out late in the fourth quarter. You're on offense. Go with that hurry-up offense and see if you can get a score here to make yourself feel a little bit better.
Now they take the football onto the opponent's side of the field. Holding on to the timeout. They'll rush back to the line. Trying to plow ahead. And that's a gain of 9.
All you can do is your job, and that was a good job by the offense, picking up the first down. You're down big in the second half. Hey, don't worry about the score right now. Just find ways to execute plays and get down there and score a touchdown.
That's a gain of 6. And here we have 2nd down.
Well, even though you're losing big here late in the second half, I like their choice of going with the hurry-up offense. You never know when it's going to come in handy.
And gains maybe 4. The Ravens are going to use one of the 2 timeouts they have remaining. About to snap it for the 9th play of the drive. The Ravens defense now is going to go nickel. The Cardinals have it at the 29. Set up screen to Johnson. He's brought down. That's going to bring up 4th down. They'll go to the hurry up here as the clock runs. Scans the field. And this goes incomplete as he was looking over the middle. And the way this game has gone, you just had the feeling the defense was going to make the stand right there.
Yeah, dominating performance in so many ways today, but right there you said it, 4th down for the defense. Once again, come through to be aggressive and make the play. An outstanding day all around for this football team.
Well, it's a big performance in front of a primetime audience and a sweet victory in the end.
Of course, the players are not thinking about the fact that, hey, a lot of people are watching us here today in this game. But when you win, and then you sit back and think everybody was watching us and you played well, boy, that is some great experience.
So for Bill Sims and all the crew at EA Sports, Jim Nance saying so long for now.